Government giving 400,000 housing grant to families whose houses were destroyed by a hurricane. INDECOM reviewing footage of policeman shooting, while the Reggae Boys now rank 59 in the world. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. The government, through the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, will be providing a housing grant of 400,000 to families whose houses were destroyed by Hurricane Beryl. Families whose homes have been severely damaged will receive a grant of up to 150,000, and those who experience minor damage will receive up to 50,000. And this was stated on Tuesday by the Minister of Labor and Social Security, Pernell Charles, during a statement in the House of Representatives. And he shared that Food for the Poor has already replaced 20 roofs in Clarendon, which is one of the hardest hit parishes, and will activate similar efforts in St. Elizabeth beginning today. Meanwhile, Charles Jr. said based on the analysis of the damage assessments completed so far, the projection is that the owners of approximately 8,700 houses island-wide will require some level of support from the government to aid in their recovery and their rebuilding. Meanwhile, the Jamaica Public Service has announced plans to give discounts to approximately 350,000 residential customers following the far-reaching impact of the recent Category 4 Hurricane Beryl. And it is one of the plans under the Light and Power Company's JPS Hurricane Beryl Relief Program, which was announced on Tuesday. The company said it will be giving a 20% discount off the bills of customers who use 150 kilowatt per hour of electricity or less for the month. And this discount will be applied to current charges and will be reflected on bills that customers will start receiving in August. Meanwhile, the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, said it is reviewing CCTV footage of the fatal shooting of Detective Sergeant Kevin Main and businessman Dion Singh at the Halfway Tree Police Station in St. Andrew on Monday. INDECOM's Commissioner Hugh Faulkner said that his investigators are to collect statements by Friday from two policemen who were close to the shooting. The ballistic reports and any CCTV footage from two apparent sources so far, along with other evidential accounts, will assist the Commissioner to produce its report on the matter, he said. Mr. Faulkner said a post-mortem examination and subsequent report will also be of significant value to the investigations. And meanwhile, the Jamaica Constabulary Force is now observing an official period of mourning for Sergeant Main, and it started at 2 p.m. on Tuesday and will end at 2 p.m. tomorrow. All JCF flags have been lowered to half-mast for the period of mourning. The High Command has strongly commended what it calls a senseless, violent, and despicable act committed against a dedicated officer and citizen. Detective Sergeant Main was fatally shot in the line of duty while transporting Singh to a cell after his appearance in court. The police are still not clear what triggered the argument which caused Mr. Singh to attack and kill the policeman before turning the weapon on himself. And that's a little weird that they're not too sure why Mr. Singh turned the weapon on the policeman. How I can stay all the way in New York, 1,579 miles away, and hear that the prisoner had a phone that he refused to hand over to the sergeant, and them in Jamaica don't know the cause? Yeah, somebody's not giving us the right information then. President of the St. Catherine Chamber of Commerce, Dennis Robotham, has welcomed the commitment by Prime Minister Andrew Holness to break the back of crime in the parish capital, Spanish Town. Mr. Robotham, who lauded the development coming to the old capital via the Spanish Town Hospital and the St. Catherine Divisional Headquarters for the police, said these are critical to the progressive removal of criminal elements. But he contended that reclaiming Spanish Town from the hands of criminals will not be an easy task. He said the youngsters and young boys in the inner city communities are now being influenced by these criminals, and the government will have to begin to create opportunity and create the whole structure of how to deal with the inner city and change the mindset of the young youths. The parish, particularly Spanish Town, has been a criminal hotbed for decades, producing two of the country's most notorious gangs, the Klansman and the One Other Gang. And although things are now quieter, the splinter gangs are still in Spanish Town. A team of officers assigned to the Clarendon Police Division seized one Smith & Wesson Springfield 9mm with a magazine containing two 9mm rounds of ammunition during an operation in New Danks, Chapelton in the parish on Monday, July 22nd. And reports are that about 9:30, lawmen were in the area when a premises was searched. And during the search, the firearm and ammunition was seen wrapped in a piece of clothing inside a house. No one was arrested in relation to that seizure. and another 2 firearms and 3 rounds of ammunition were handed over to the Trelawney police by citizens over the weekend. The firearm, a .45 pistol and a .380 pistol along with 3 rounds of ammunition were reportedly found in Bunkers Hill, Wakefield in the parish. Reports are that about 10:30, a resident saw the firearm and ammunition among debris and took them to the station. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure, and investigation continues. Meanwhile, a United States citizen who was allegedly found with 2 pounds of cocaine strapped to his groin area said he thought the packages contained money. The man, Leighton Phillips, went to the Norman Manley International Airport on July 17 at 6:30 in the morning to board a flight when anomalies were detected. A search revealed that 3 irregular-shaped parcels were strapped to his groin area. The packages contained a substance that resembled cocaine, and he was subsequently arrested and charged with possession of, dealing in, and attempting to export cocaine. When he appeared before the senior parish judge Sanchia Burrell in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday, Phillips said he did not know that cocaine was in the packages. His attorney at law, Davian Vassell, submitted that Phillips thought the packages contained money as payment for a property sold by his brother-in-law was to be given to him. Well, of course, the judge did not believe him. You can't be a 53-year-old man and don't know the difference between money and cocaine. 2 pounds of coke strapped to your family jewels and you think it was 50,000? Sir, you have to wheel and come again, the senior judge said. She also refused to release Phillips on bail after prosecutors indicated that he was in Jamaica every week, and he was remanded until October 17. On to sports. Jamaica is still the highest ranked Caribbean Football Union team in the FIFA World Rankings, but slipped 6 places after bad performance in the Copa America tournament in the United States last month. Jamaica now ranked 59th in the latest edition of World Rankings released on Thursday by FIFA, the sports world governing body, which keeps them the 6th highest ranked team in the CONCACAF region and one of 4 CFU teams inside the world's top 100. FIFA says 3 continental tournaments, including the Copa and South American Championship in the United States, in which Jamaica were a full participant, and a plethora of international friendlies were served up in June and July. The Reggae Boys lost 1-0, 3-1, and 3-0 to Mexico, Ecuador, and Venezuela, respectively, in Copa America, with head coach Jaime Grissom resigning to take up an offer with the Republic of Ireland after the last game. And there also could be legal wranglings between former national assistant coach John Wall and the Jamaica Football Federation. And according to sources, the 43-year-old Swede is dissatisfied with the way his contract with the federation ended. On July 17, GFF President Michael Ricketts gave the view that Wall was still employed to the company. However, a good source says Wall was given his termination letters 2 days before Ricketts gave those comments. So now he's thinking of suing the GFF for wrongful dismissal. And don't forget, the best news and sports takes place on this station. If you missed the news, please go to YouTube, type in Jamerican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.